Hello, very good morning. Welcome to JS Testing Academy. Welcome to the next part of video in the rest assured series. Last video we saw about the payloads, right? How to keep the JSON request body in a separate class and call to a test case. That is what we saw yesterday. There is another way, right, where we can keep the request and response and call it to our right test case. Okay, so, there is one thing called as Pojo class. Pojo is plain old Java object where we can keep the request with the help of encapsulation. We can keep it and call to a test case, right? So how we can do is right. I'll create a class Pojo class. Okay, uh, right. I'll first keep a class. So now, last time we did for title, body and author. These are three requests we are going to do it. So what I'll do is right in the Pojo class. Okay, I'll give string. Okay, title, then I'll give string body and string author. I'll create three strings here. Then what I'll do is I'll create a default constructor here, public. It's used for serialization. Okay, so I'll create a default constructor here. Okay, then I'll create a parameters constructor. I'll create a parameters constructor now, right, where I'll pass all the three title, body and author as arguments here. String title comma string author comma string body. Okay, so why we do this, right? It is more readable and maintainable, right? When you read this, right, it is more easily understandable. Okay, that's why we keep it a separate class, so that's easily understandable by right everybody. First I'll create this to reference as a current object title. Okay, this next one is body. So I created a default constructor and a parameters constructor now. This is for serialization and deserialization. What is serialization means? Converting Pojo into a JSON request, and deserialization is converting JSON to again to back to an Pojo. That is called as deserialization. So request is taken as Pojo and converted into an JSON request. Okay, so now what I'll do is right, I'll create getter and setter here. How to do it, right? I keep it on the right variable which we created. Right click, go to source and click generate getters and setters. If you click it, will ask for write all the three variables there. So you can select getter or setter what you want. In our case we need both. Okay, so I'll click generate. So all the getters and setters, right, get and set will be method for all the three variables will be generated. Okay, so this is called as encapsulation, where wrapping up everything into a single unit. Okay, now what we'll do is right, we create one class. Okay, okay, post with Pojo. Okay, now what we'll do is right, we'll go to the previous code which we did in the last time. I'll just copy this method. Okay, last video what we wrote is right, I'll copy this method. Okay, and I'll paste here. It's nothing, right? I'll create an add test and I create a post request. Then I initialize the base URI. Then I used rest assured dot given precondition content type application JSON and logging the request. okay, dot body and the post here, then post right method and the resource, then validation log all, log right, logging the response and validating the status code. So this is what we did in last video. I just copied and right pasted here. What I'm going to do now is, right, I'm going to create one uh, write one write object here with the help of the Pojo class. Okay, let me copy this one. We need to call those methods, right? For that we need to create an instance. Okay, for that what I'll do is, right, I'll copy, right, post equal to, right, new Pojo, right. I'll pass the values here. For example, right, first is title, right? What are things we gave? The title, body, and author. We have to give all these three here. So I'm using the parameterize constructor which I initiated there. Okay, first is title is, right, training, training. Okay, body, right, body is rest assured. Okay, then author is, right, let me give my name Joshi. Okay, now I'll give semicolon here. Then I'll copy. I'll first, right, import the class. Okay, then I'll copy this reference, I'll paste here. Okay, so last video we called from the payloads, right? In this video what we are doing, we are calling from Pojo class. So this is also one way of keeping a request and calling to a test case. Then I'll run the code. Okay, now so we're able to post this. Okay, so this is how we can pass the Pojo class, right, into our test case. Okay, so this is one way of sending a request, right, through the help of serialization and deserialization. So we use getters and setters to pass a request to a test case. Okay, hope this video is useful for you. Thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day. Bye.